When I was working in London, I went from a bartender to a manager to a multi-site manager, and I was 25 years old. At 25 years old, luckily I knew everything. Anyone been 25 before? You know everything, right, at 25? I wanted to start a bar, so I went to my mentor and I said, hey, I think I'm gonna move to Sydney, Australia, and I'm gonna start a bar. He said, yeah, I've been to Sydney multiple times. There's too many bars there, just like London. There's a lot of bad bars in London. He said, I don't know that the world needs another bar in Sydney. So he asked me this question: why does the world need your bar to exist? All right, think about that. Not why does the world need bars to exist, but your bar in particular, your restaurant in particular, your pub in particular. Why does the world need you to exist? I nearly ended my quest because I didn't really know. Does the world really need another bar? Last night we went down a street, had 8 bars on it. That bar's got I think that street's enough. It doesn't need a 9th bar, right? Might make do with 4 bars, 4 really good bars rather than average bars, right? So why does the world need your business to exist? So this is a question that I pondered for months. And imagine my shock, because I knew everything except the answer to this question, right? And I was fucked. I'm like, wow, what do I do with this? He had turned around over 150 bars, restaurants, and pubs, taken them out of bankruptcy, made them successful. One of the most successful turnaround artists I've ever known. And he said, Sean, this is the secret number, 555. He said, this is the smallest viable audience for a bar or restaurant. I said, smallest viable audience? Everyone's talking about the biggest audience. How do I get more customers, more people? He said, no, you got to focus on the smallest viable audience. So here's what that looks like. This is me at 25. I was skinnier then, confused, and I was bald. He said the first 5 is a nucleus, right? When you start a business, if you can't get 5 people to be as crazy about the idea as you are, to be willing to risk something like you will, to say the same things over and over again, to lose sleep over not being open yet, it's probably not going to work, right? If it's just you, you probably are crazy, right? It's not going to go. If you can't convince 5 other people. Those could be investors, that could be your family, that could be your future general manager, whoever it is, right? What is that nucleus? How do you get started? Secondly, depending on the size of your bar, it varies, but you're going to need some people to work with you, right? A crew of people that you're going to spend more time with than your loved ones. And then thirdly, this is a kicker, you're going to need to form a tribe of 500 raving fans. Anyone familiar with that term, raving fans? I don't mean regular customer. I mean that annoying knucklehead that comes into your place all the time, that tells us stories, that drags people in, that's like, you know we open at 11, he's there at 10:55, wants to introduce you to his boss, that guy. He's got all the ideas, bad ideas, and sharing all the time, but he's a great, great member of your tribe, right? To create 500 of those. And he said, when you do that, 500 times 10 to 5,000, and this thing starts to roll, right? And you got to keep serving your tribe. That's how I've made my businesses work. I put my business up against people that had 50,000 followers, international companies, and crushed them in the market.